Hello, good afternoon Tribuners. Welcome back with me Kusnula Sheva in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is the perpetrator of the murder of a woman caught on the CCTV. The body is transported using a trolley. The second perpetrator of the murder of a woman whose body transported using a trolley in apartment in Jakarta were captured on the CCTV. In the CCTV footage uploaded by the Kompas TV, Christian Rudolf Tobing, the perpetrator who has a flabby body and blonde hair, is seen pushing a trolley containing the body of the woman briefly in plastic known to have initial AR or Icha, 36 years old. In order not to be suspended, the perpetrator, while he is in the young place, also broke a blue bag below and a plaster. The intrigue evacuator Rudolf Tobing had exchanged to meet a man. He evacuated time to smile the man as greeting him. Shortly after, the evacuator doors opened again in order to entice the evacuator. The perpetrator returned to greet the man who had just entered the elevator. Rudolf Tobing's smile was greatly visible from the CCTV camera in the elevator. From the CCTV footage, the man who took messages used fasting used perpetrators who has crying the woman's body wrapping in plastic and trolley. Apparently, its woman's body wrapping in a plastic was trolley away in a found by the resident under the Pekayagu. The police finally caught the killer of the woman. This was confirmed by the Bekasi City Metropolitan Commissioner Hengki. The suspect has been arrested by the Polda Metro Jaya investigator. Before the unfortunate incident occurred, it is suspected that the perpetrator the victim had entered the apartment together. They were both waiting to get in the elevator. From CCTV footage, this elevator, the victim was seen being wearing yellow clothes, hair tied and wearing glasses, is standing next to the perpetrator's standing tribune for this action, and perpetrators was a changing subsidiary article of the criminal code. The reason is the police started from the murder committed by the Rudolf Tobing was permitted had sub-direction of the Jaternasti Rescue Polda Metro Jaya Indraweni Panjioga said Rudolf Tobing deliberately returned to apartment room for the one night and he invaded his co-workers' service under the pretext of discussing work. After being caught by the strangulation, Rudolf Tobing wrapped the victim's body in plastic and cried in the totally trolley. The next news is 400 unit uninhabitable houses owned by the Biruni residents are verified. From the last until Thursday, the Biruni Public Housing and Settlement Area Office verified as many 400 units to uninhabitable houses belonging to Biruni residents in the sub-district. Field verification was carried out to be acting region Biruni Aulia Sofian PhD to ensure the condition the target house to be assisted next year. This was confirmed by the head of the Parking Biruni office, Fadli, in the SerambiNews.com on Friday. Regarding of visit acting brigade from the Biruni from the last week Thursday afternoon. Fadli explained the science Biruni that the Parking Biruni received data on the personal request for the housing construction assistance for the hundred of unitable housing unit. The application data is entered to the Birain Social Service Office and the Social Service team. It is verified. The data is not using guide for the parking period of the follow resident request to the follow village. It had sub-district, had the sub-district, had to social service, and finally social service to the parking. The first verification was northwestern region of the Birain, starting from the Semalang to the Jempa, for the data verification starting from the Chuli, Kuala, Jangka, Pasengan, and finally to Makmur. The purpose of final verification is safely is not ensure the condition the houses correctly occupied in each village, whether to the houses alleging for the new construction assistance, sustainable for the heavy rehabilitation or like rehabilitation or no label for the assistance next year. It was sustained verification with the existing region of the Birain for several days to sample or the sampling test to the see condition of the houses is sub-district south to the 3 housing unit. In addition, parking team will be directly observation and condition to the house, listing the proponents from each village sub-district, and after parking team has recorded to the locality, it will only be possible determine which is one district to be helped to the bought new houses and the one receive higher help finding by the maybe there is houses that are not worthy of assistance. These various points will be discussed again and become important personnel to the discuss on the Birain APPK 2023. The next news is, young woman stabbed in a boarding room in the early morning. The boarding house father was shocked by the incident that a woman lived in the boarding house was fighting a stab early morning. The woman who lived in the boarding house knocked to the door and boarding house around father with initial erased on the Talik dalam road in the Aikato village, Tanjung Pandan, Belitung district. Also, House Prizes Hospital was to find woman bleeding from the stand one and asked to be taken to the hospital. Now, Belitung police are investigating case to the stabbing in this boarding room recorded on the Friday. Meanwhile, the victim, woman with initial EV, is still being treated especially at the Varsity Judodo Hospital. It is after taken by the boarding house owner. He explained the provisional chronology of EV fighting when the hospital president ran house at around 8 this Friday. However, the request with the reject on the ground that the boarding rooms were full. And then hospital said that the room was empty but would be used to the wearable society mask to the stay on day. And then on Friday, there is how to learn now the fighting room as the owner of the boarding house went to ask questions. The owner answered from the inside to the fighting room. Shortly, the fighting knocked to the door hospital with on boxes and asked to be taken to the hospital. The next news is, the Queen Elizabeth low number of registration number is record fraud to the valid content. Motorists, car and truck who want to be filled up a subsidies per tonne diesel fall to first to be frauded their police number or the fine serial number plate to the gas station officer. The ground several gas station Pangkal Pinang City become a bit larger because the rate reading. Civil Pahlawan Twist Academic Bambang Arya Satria assigned before Payment Pertamina took the gas station record found TLM plant to finding field to where it is good control to the distribution due to it was right on target. According to him, the design the applied Phyllis formulation has not been able to overcome and distribute to such values fell onto only limited to regrading violence plan to by gas station officer. And then Blanket Specialist rules tax is not paid to the specialist certificate is that is only used to save money and result has not been to the gonorrhea. He mentioned the considerate step to the taken controlling the distribution suspension followed to the was right on the target did not cause cases where the liquidation took application so that policy accuracy target. Accuracy implement accuracy could not be achieved to the he admit organizing this or not done simply. It just comes to feel like that the field not fell to the data research and factual features and feel not fall to. The next news is, from yesterday, active grenades next to North Taraja resident know were just evacuated in the morning. The bomb disposal team of the South Sulawesi Police has evacuated objects suspended of the being conducted in the Teleng Padu Matua village, North Toraja Saturday. General was found to next bomb pedalist on Friday. The evacuation was led directly by the Kaden Kekana in the chief bomb of the South Sulawesi Police in Commissioner Rudy Kedala and 18 members. North Toraja Police Staff Adjutant Commissioner Eko Suroso said the object was a found active grenade. The grenade found is believed to belong to the military during the touch area. The grenade recently evacuated the taken in the Pangling village, Lembang Toldon district, North Toraja Regency, not to be detained in open field to war from residential area. Meanwhile, Kaden Gegana in Sulawesi Regional Commissioner Police, Commissioner Rudy Mandala, he said that the team has been confined location using the mine director, no other suspicious object were found. The next news is, for a man sneaking in the Bandar Lampung, woman's boarding house escaped after being shot by the thief. For men not to speak into the for a woman. Boarding house in Bandar Lampung is known from CCTV camera footage. Not only that, the month count to CCTV camera visit a woman boarding house in Bandar Lampung and were suspected of being a gang of thieves. This gang of thieves raided a woman boarding house on the Canal Santoso Alibasa Korpri Jaya Sukarame Bandar Lampung. The incident of the gang, the thieves reckless entrance woman boarding house in Bandar Lampung. From CCTV monitoring, 4 people entered the woman boarding house in Bandar Lampung by the climb over the fence. One of 4 perpetrators was seen holding in a fire in his left hand. The perpetrator was seeking sneak around while looking at the situation around boarding house. Luckily, the thieves offers lunch and their action. The result, the perpetrator was confined by the boarding housekeeper. One of the residents of boarding house, Lucy Devi, 20 years old, said the incident occurred when she was under a corruption boarding house verified as sleeping. In the representative room, there was like a snoop by the son, screaming from the boarding housekeeper, where the trains down to where there is thief trying to be boarding house. And the last news is, heavy rain on the Lorette River overflow residents of home furniture ahead of the budget prayer. It was raining area in the Bangkal above Lematang Irigacy, South Sumatra Province. causing hundreds of houses, especially in Talang Pipa number Talang Ubi Barat village. This is because heavy rainfall night event were over river overflow and water wall to inevitably enter a resident of residents whose houses are located in low-lying area. The water level in incident population area varies up to the need of the adult. Well, I think those are the news for today with me, Kusula Sheva. Don't forget to follow us at the Tribun Lampung News video, Tribun Lampung TikTok, Tribun Lampung Instagram, and Tribun Lampung Facebook for more information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.